Beyond the movies, what else do you know about the Philippines? Join me. I want to take you today on a journey as we dive and fly through the Asian continent into the Philippines. I am William C. Loho, your host for Faith Beyond Borders. And I'm not going to do this alone. I have a pastor with me, a continental overseer, a Sadgo rather, and then the PICP Philippines 1 of the Philippines. He's going to be giving us a tour of what the Philippines look like and what is their nature. We'll learn one or two. Come with me as we go on this ride. Let us meet you, sir. Good morning and welcome to the studio, sir.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
I would like to hear your name from your mouth. The word, there's a saying that says the song is best heard from the mouth of a musician. So please, our viewers want to know you, your name, and all you do in the Philippines, sir.
Okay. My name is John Ayedu Dada. By the special grace of God, right. I am a missionary in the Philippines mission field, to the glory of God.
Hallelujah.
I am in charge of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Philippines Province 1, and I'm a special assistant to the Continental Overseer, Music, Mission, and Church Planting.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
That's incredible. All right. For us in Nigeria, when we hear the name Philippines, most of the time, many of us is the movies we know, and that's the thing that's made a lot of noise about the Philippines. Tell us, beyond the movies, what's the nature of these people?
Well, we bless the Lord for the loving people of the Philippines.
Right.
I am sure that aside the movies, one other name that must have struck the chord is Manny Pacquiao.
Okay.
That great boxer is actually from the Philippines.
Right.
The Filipinos are very lovely people, very accommodating people, very homely people.
Right.
They are hospitable and, well, good people. So we have great people in the Philippines, and predominantly in the Philippines, they are Christians. But when we talk about Christianity in the Philippines, we are talking about Catholics.
Okay.
So that's indeed the thing.
Wow.
Yeah, and Philippines is made up of several islands.
Okay.
So that's just a bit about the Philippines. Yeah.
All right. We also see in a lot of their movies how the major preoccupation is agriculture. Are they that rich in vegetable and vegetation as they depict in most of their movies?
Yeah, they are. As a matter of fact, they do a lot of agricultural works.
Wow.
They have, plantations of rice and other crops. So when you talk about the Philippines, they are hardworking and they do farm a great deal. And as they are finishing harvesting a particular crop, they are indeed really planting another. So
it's a continuous flow.
Yeah, it's a continuous flow. It's a continuous flow. So when it comes to agriculture, they're doing great. They're doing great.
What was the climate condition there? Is it that sunny, or do they have more rains to be able to keep that consistent farming?
In the Philippines, the climatic condition is very much like that of Nigeria. Okay. We have majorly two seasons too. We have the rainy season
and the dry.
We have the dry season. But the thing is that, just like I've said, the Philippines has a lot of islands. So these islands are surrounded by water. So there is water all over the place. So a number of times they have, enough water to do what they want to do when it comes to agriculture.
That's taking advantage of your geography.
Yeah, of the geographical location.
That's a good one. It's all right. Okay, how long have you been in the Philippines, sir?
Well, going close to 11 years now. I left the shores of Nigeria on the 29th of September 2014 after 2014 convention.
Right.
And ever since then, I've been in the Philippines. Yeah.
So far, how would you describe your experience if you were to just sum these 11 years thereabout into one word, or maybe a phrase or sentence? What would it be like to you now?
Well, it's actually been an exploration. It's been a fantastic experience. It's been a fantastic experience, most especially when you get to find yourself in an area where you are green, a place where you have not been to before, a place where you don't understand their language, and it's a matter of really, trying to see how best you can cope. Then I will indeed really say it's been a wonderful experience. Yeah.
Before we come back to the language thing, maybe in your own way and by your experience, what would you say has been your major challenge in the Philippines?
The greatest of the challenge for me as a person is the fact that foreigners are not allowed to work in the Philippines. As at today, by the special grace of God, I have my PhD, and so the certificate is just lying low. So if you are a missionary, you are a foreigner, you are not married to a Filipino, then there is so little that you can indeed really do. So for me, that's indeed a huge challenge, most especially for a missionary. Unlike Nigeria, where people will be talking about giving tithes, giving offering, giving this. People do in the Philippines too. But there had been so many missionaries coming from other shores, particularly from America. And when you are coming, it is to give to them. So people look up to you to receive and not to give.
Aspect, but aside,
material substance. And when you're seeing people saying, we want to affiliate with the church, we want to join the church, we want to, as they are coming, they are telling you, we have started a building, we are the lintel level, we are starting, we have a land to buy and stuffs like that. So you really get to see that when you are not indeed really working, it can indeed be a bit tough. Yeah.
So now, and by work you mean not just gainfully employed. Are you allowed to also do maybe business or do any render services if you are skillful?
The thing is that it's indeed really going to be a bit tough. Right. For example, for a long time, my wife had wanted to take up like a teaching job online. And what you get to see is that there happens to be a thing that they call TIN in the Philippines, which is the tax identification number. And so when it gets to a particular point, they ask, what's your TIN? We have really tried to see if we can get the TIN, but I think it's for indigenes and not for foreigners. So, and if you're going to be paid, you have to put your TIN so that at least the remittances of the tax could indeed really be done. So it could indeed really be a bit challenging. Nigerians married to Filipinos, they can start businesses in the name of their wives and stuffs like that, or like a joint business, but their own percentage will indeed really be smaller. There is a percentile, and in fact, aside from what is stated officially, when it comes to practice, it can even get, much smaller, thinner, So that's indeed the thing. But like I've said, Philippines is a beautiful place, particularly for students. Students, we have so many students that are from other nations that are there in the Philippines. The academic system, very beautiful. And again, there happens to be this allowance to indeed really pay maybe the school fee instrumentally. So aside the fact that, okay, as a student, you may not be able to work, but if you have people sponsoring you, then you can indeed be sure if you are going for a 4-year course, if you enter 4 years, you are done and through with your training. So it's indeed really a lovely place, like I've said.
Okay. Now, I'm trying to understand that word because you said it in your earlier introduction that Filipinos are welcoming and lovely people. How do we now justify when you are loving me and you don't give me a chance to survive, as it were? Because if I can't work, it makes it difficult for me to survive. What other system do they have to cushion that? Are they sharing from their own end, aside the fact that you are a missionary now, for normal or an average indigene who is there maybe to work, maybe to school or something, how do they expect non-indigenes to survive if their system is this
Well, the thing is that when you talk about national policies,
yes, sir.
you may not be able to use that to really to measure your relationship with people, one-on-one relationship. So when you talk about one-on-one relationship, when I say these people are hospitable, I mean it that they are very hospitable. They are very hospitable. I may not know, maybe these policies of not giving people work or stuff like that may be to indeed really cater for their own.
I think so.
To cater for their own.
The other side of
okay,
it.
so, but when you look at the other side of it, like you have said, well, I think it's a matter of if you say you are coming over, maybe you have a way of making up for some certain things. There happens to be the work visa that some people may indeed really, get, that the people may acquire. But just like I've said, for a missionary or for students, it's just like you come in and you face what you have come to do. You are a missionary, you face the mission works. You are a student, you face your academics. And so maybe if you are able to get a work permit, maybe you may indeed really be able to do one or two things around that. But it's not indeed really that easy. And again, just like I've said, in some countries, you stay for 10 years, you have your stay in the country. It's unlike that in the Philippines. For example, I told you that I'm running the 11th year by September 30, because I left September 29, 2014, got there September 30, I would have been 11 years there. At the end of 10 years, missionaries are expected to exit the country. So when it was September 29 last year, I exited. I came over to Nigeria. I had to process my visa afresh. And so getting there, it's just like starting all over again. So you really go just like a tourist again, then convert your visa to missionary visa again. You have another decade to indeed really work. And after then, you can indeed really get back to your country. If you want to come in again, you come in afresh.
That is giving me quite a border, sir. What is the population of the Filipino? Is it like they are afraid of being extinct, or because the policies, in a way, you have differentiated the policies which is governmental view from individual experience. Individual experience, they are hospitable, they are loving and all. But then policy-wise, I am trying to help them see the fact that maybe they are trying to, preserve their own, make room for their own to thrive. However, on the other side, when you look at it, it seems as though it's too, because like you said, indigenes, non-indigene are indigenized or given national recognition when they stay a number of years, maybe 10 and above in some countries. I think America is about 15. So, but now they are sending you out eventually. And then when you are coming back, it's not like there's a waiver to say, okay, you've been here before, let's make it, maybe if it takes 10 steps, let's make it 5 for you so that.
Well, I think that maybe with time, things may indeed really change because some of these things are things that maybe community of nations that are there are really trying to walk around. Embassies of nations that are there are trying to see what they can do about it. I learned that, for example, at a point in time, in the time past, that it was not like that. So, what's actually responsible for them really tightening up? It's actually best known to them. There might have really been some occurrences that are not too palatable to them, and they decided to really, do all those. But as we speak, I know that, for example, in Nigeria, we'll talk about the body of the Nigerians that are there. They are working on what to do hand in hand with the Nigerian embassy in the Philippines. But as of today, that is actually what is operational. It's not about the issue of population. It's not about really being extinct, but it's about This is what is actually the immigration law, on ground, at least for now. And when it comes to law, they keep their laws to the letter. To the letter. They keep their laws to the letter. Yeah.
It's all right. Thank you so much so far. We'll be going on a short break. And when we return, we'll bring you more information, more education from the Philippines. And then we'll be looking at some other things and maybe benefits you can get when you get to the country of Philippines, or permit me to say, the islands of the Philippines. So thank you very much. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jesus.
Welcome back, welcome back. It is still Faith Beyond Borders, and we've been taking a tour of the Philippines. We've seen a lot of things. We've known a few things about the Philippines that are coming to us new, but still, there's still more we can still get from the Philippines. And we still have our guest in the house, Pastor John. Well, good to have you back. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
So before we went on break, you were telling us about the difference, or you were helping us to see the Filipinos as good people, and then their policies, what it has, some of the limitations with their policies. But however, at heart, these people have been warming and welcoming. Yeah. So I want us to move a little bit away from government and their nature. We will still touch on that a bit. But I want us to look at what are the languages? What's the lingua franca for the Filipinos?
Okay, like what really happens is the major language in the Philippines is the Tagalog. Like we have dialects in Nigeria too. Yes, they too really have, other dialects. Well, when you talk about Philippines, what readily comes to mind as their language is Tagalog.
Okay.
Tagalog, yeah.
Tagalog. Oh, may I ask, do you speak Tagalog?
Kontilang.
Okay.
I speak Philippines. Kontilang means a little bit, yeah. So I speak Philippines at least.
Kontilang means a little bit. Yeah. At least we've learned one language today. So, all right, outside that, when you got there, I'm sure, was it ministry that took you there, or there was any other business before?
No, it was actually ministry that took me there. I went there to take over in RCCG Philippines 2. Okay. And so after 4 years in RCCG Philippines 2, I moved over to RCCG Philippines 1. So it's ministry that took me there. So
if we were to talk about your successes in the Philippines, what would you say is among the top most of the things?
By the special grace of God, in the Philippines, we have planted a considerable number of parishes. Right. That is indeed one. And by the special grace of God, about 8 years ago, we started being a part of the Marathon Messiah's Praise. Okay. And consistently, we have indeed really been,
for the past 8 years,
we have indeed really been able to do consistently. Yeah. And by the special grace of God, we are indeed really forging ahead. You know, it has to do, with ministry, and the Lord God is helping us. We are indeed really moving further and further to the glory of God. Yeah, to the glory of God.
Okay. So, how were you able to cross over the language?
The thing is that in the Philippines, quite a reasonable number of them speaks, English language. Right. But the thing is that so many of them are shy to speak. They will tell you, my nose is bleeding. That when they speak English, that their nose is bleeding. That's the way they describe it. Okay. But the thing is that a number of them understand English. That is indeed one. And two, like I've told you, one-on-one, they're very friendly. We get to start interpreting, so we have people that were interpreting for us, and gradually we started picking the language, at least those ones that you can indeed really when you want to really evangelize, or you are giving a sermon, the things that you can tell the people and they get to really know about the gospel of Jesus Christ. So
that's very good. So aside that, let's talk about the impact on the people. How are they responding to this gospel?
By the special grace of God, they are responding well. There happens to be a bit of a challenge. Like I told you, predominantly they are Catholics. Yes, so if you're talking to a person, readily the person feels, I'm born again. I'm a Christian. But when you talk about Christianity in that context, it's actually in quote. Because when you talk about the Catholic Church in the Philippines, you still see them go around with statues. Yes. The statue of Jesus, the statue of Mary, the Saint, the Black Nazarene, and all sorts. So you have them all over the place, the cross and just all sorts. So, but when you're talking to somebody that thinks is a Christian, is, I mean, a bit difficult to get them to cross over.
Really see
But to the glory of God, I mean, quite a reasonable number getting to embrace Christianity as in Christianity, becoming born again and spreading the gospel.
Through Christ, okay.
Yeah.
I know, if not just in the film, even in the news, during the Easter season, they are one of the people that people always see, both online on TV. You see, they are do I call it march now, procession of the journey to the cross, the crucifixion. They are still very big on doing nothing and making loud of it. So I understand what it means when they know or believe that they are Christians. It's the same Jesus you talk about that they have been dramatizing and maybe wearing on their clothes or necks or hanging in their rooms and all that. I understand it's quite a challenge. So also looking at ministry and impact, how many programs is the church allowed to introduce? I'm thinking by way of seminars, by way of skill acquisition, and you are a music person, by way of even musical concert.
By the special grace of God, they are not averse to programs. You are not indeed really limited, and that's the beauty of the whole thing. Just like I've told you, music is a very veritable, I mean, instrument of reaching out to people, because naturally the Filipinos love music. There is this thing they call karaoke. They have sound boxes that will be playing, and the lyrics will be there. They sing along. They do that a lot. So they love music. So when it comes to really talking about music, seminars, programs that you're organizing and stuff like that, you are not limited. We do a lot of camping for youths. We do quite a number of programs where people will really, come together, and it's really been quite awesome. It's been quite awesome.
That's beautiful, and I think, that's one way to explore, because the human mind and our faith is not just limited to the church and our faith in God, as it were. Our faith in God is the source. However, we're supposed to express whatever it is we download, whatever we've received in other terrain. That was why I was looking at, some other options of getting.
One other thing is that, just like I've said, when it comes to Christianity, we are not limited. For example, if you really go on Facebook, you have hashtag Go Ye Philippines.
Go Ye.
Yeah, Go Ye Philippines Challenge.
Okay.
We indeed really introduced a form of a challenge whereby individuals go around. You really get into buses, get into marketplaces, get into malls, get into stores, and speak about Jesus Christ. For example, you really there, you see me in some of the buses, some of the jeepneys, so I mean, you're not limited, like I've said. Yeah, it's
beautiful.
It's an awesome environment.
It is.
It's an awesome environment.
Going by what you have said, I feel like maybe I should even visit the Philippines now.
We've been looking forward to having you.
Sit with you and hear about the people of Philippines beyond the movies. And again, in the movies, they do a good work. Anyway, they have good picture qualities, good sound production, and then their lighting is also good. I think for maybe you want to bring in some drama people also, since it's what they do, you want to explore some of those angles, because it's one thing that I believe gets the people together if they have been that huge in that industry.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing that could indeed really be that can be explored. I will say, in terms of drama, we have not done so much. Within the church, I mean, from time to time, if there are programs we have drama and stuff like that. Yes, it could be done on a larger scale. Quite a number of factors, resources, and again, for now, when you talk about, like I told you, as of today, there are parishes that I cannot reach unless I take a flight.
Wow.
If I want to go from Manila to to Iloilo I will need a flight. If I have to go from Nanila to Cebu, I will need a flight to get to our parishes. And there are some parishes that to get down to them, I will travel 13 hours to them and 13 hours back. There happens to be the Quirino Isabela axis of the Philippines, where we have about 8 parishes. To get to that side, I will have to travel about 13 hours down to the place and 13 hours back. And there are still some other parts, like Baguio may take about 7 hours. San Carlos may take about 7 hours to get to them. So when you look at distance and stuffs like that.
Talk to us about the Filipinos' culture,
Okay.
dress, way of life generally. What else do you think
Philippines
is worthy of emulation or learning from?
Philippines is beautiful, but just like we get to see that when it comes to culture, it varies from place to place.
Yeah.
And most especially for cross-cultural missions, you get to see that you need to know some things about their culture.
Yeah.
Like, for example, in Nigeria here, if I want to give something to somebody and I'm giving with a left hand, you consider it insultive.
Yeah.
But there, it is not.
It's still your hand.
Now, again, for example, if somebody is really hosting you here, you can call the person, this is my host, this is my hostess. If you use the word hostess in the Philippines, it's like you are referring to that woman as a war, as an allot. So there are quite a number of things that you really need to understand, about the culture. Again, for example, here, I can talk on top of my voice and whatsoever is a part of us. You get going. When you raise your voice a bit, a Filipino thinks you are angry.
You're already aggressive.
Yeah. I can't really be referring to him and I'm pointing my hand like this. It's offensive. So quite a couple of, some certain things. They have beautiful dresses.
Yeah.
They have barong. That is actually their dress. They have a number of beautiful, dresses. Their culture is beautiful. They bond together as families too, like we do in Nigeria. You see people going around saying we're doing family bonding and stuff like that. They're wonderful people, like I've said. They're wonderful.
So officially, what's their wear like? How do they dress officially for? Okay, in a corporate world, do they use the normal American British style?
Like naturally, a number of times you get to see the men wear the top of their barong, a trousers. That's, they are good to go. They can use it for official things and stuff like that. But there are times that people do, really use, foreign wears too. But it's more of barong with men and women. Different styles, different beautiful things. Eventually, if I had known that this will come up, maybe I would indeed have been dressed in one. Maybe I would have been in my barong because I love their dresses.
However, we appreciate your impromptu notice and then you've come to share with us. But before I let you go, I want us to touch on the faith part really. Are there instances you want to point us to as to when you think God has given you a reason to either overcome a challenge or God has showed up for you beyond expectation, even while there in the Philippines? Because a lot of people think when you leave home, you have left the Christianity of your motherland. So when you get there, you need to become someone else.
No, God is constant.
Yeah.
If you look at the book of Hebrews 13:8, Jesus the same yesterday, today, and forever. Look at Malachi chapter 6, verse 3. We get to really discover 3:6. We discover that God is constant. God does not indeed really change. God has showed up in every beat, every inch of the way. There happened to be a time I moved into the church building in San Pablo. I never knew. Okay, the candle of the filter for the water, in my apartment was growing green from time to time. I will wash it, and my wife will wash, it will go green again. But there happens to be a plumbing problem upstairs, and so we really invited a tubero. Tuberos are people that are like plumbers here.
Okay.
So the man got there and came downstairs holding his head. What happened? We followed him upstairs, and we discovered that typhoon has blown off the cover of the water storage tank. And it was pyrogyra all over there in the water. And for about 6 months, we were drinking the water, cooking with the water, bathing with the water. That was the time that I had a good understanding of when you drink things that are poisonous, that they shall not, it will not hurt you. And just whichever way you want to look at it, miracles, signs, and wonders, you get to see that at least if it is God, it is good. Consistently, you see God manifesting. You are in a program, you see people manifesting, you see God moving, the hand of God in everything. So God is forever faithful.
So
God
thank
does
you
not
very
change.
much.
Yeah.
That will be all we'll be able to take for today. I hope maybe as time permits us, we might get to call you again in a later day. Thank you so very much, Pastor John. Pastor John is the pastor in charge of Philippines Province 1. And many other things he does for the body of Christ. And some still counting. I know that is still looking young and agile. So I know there are still many things and many grounds for him to conquer. So please know also, as we wrap up, that according to his testimony, God is constant, God is anywhere. Wherever you go in that industry, in that business, God is still able to show up for you in a big and strong way. This is Faith Beyond Border. I am William C. Loho, signing you out for today until I come your way again next time.